Fortinet. So Will, maybe remind everybody what Fortinet is and tell us how they did.
Yeah, so Fortinet is a security company, and what's really interesting, we're seeing this as networking and security converge. We're seeing traditional network companies like Cisco double down on security, but we're seeing sort of the opposite effect with a lot of these security companies like Fortinet, Palo Alto Networks that are getting into networking. And Fortinet announced 4Q earnings, and I've spent time with the team. I'm, like you so eloquently mentioned, we're not financial, sell side, buy side analysts, but we like to play them on TV. As I looked at their revenue and their performance, I had no idea. I mean, their top line revenue is close to $6 billion, and that's dollars,
Strong.
not pesos, and that's strong. And it's strong when you consider the founders are actually Chinese. And this has been, used by some of Fortinet's competitors to sort of, target the company, which is silly because the company has demonstrated a solid track record. They have a lot of business, I'm sure, within the government municipality areas. But $6 billion in top line revenue, a very strong portfolio when you look at SASE and SD-WAN and the convergence of security and networking. And the other thing I really like about Fortinet is that they have focused their efforts on custom silicon in some of their products, as well as FortiOS, which is an operating system that basically delivers a consistent policy across its entire portfolio of firewalls, appliances, and whatnot. I think that single policy construct has been a key success point, for the company's efforts here. But it was surprising to me to learn that the company is pretty close to $6 billion in top line revenue. I mean, I don't know if you knew that, Pat, but it's pretty.
Why don't people talk about the company more?
Well, I think, Palo Alto has been getting a lot of limelight, recently. I mean, I think a lot of the financial analysts have been very bullish on its financials and its success. And as Palo Alto Networks is pushing into, IoT security and going vertical in a lot of ways. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to call Fortinet, the best kept secret, but I think you're going to hear more about the company as time goes on.
The best kept $6 billion secret.
$6 billion secret.
Gosh, I think the company needs to invest in more market education with industry analysts.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because actually I've been working with Fortinet on a research brief, and that should be posted in the next couple of weeks. So thank you for setting me up for that.
I love it.
Gratuitous plug, Pat.
And what's a paper without a video? So
there should be a video there too.
Okay, I'll stop.
I was impressed by Fortinet bought back $1.5 billion worth of stock.
Oh, wow.
Right, baby. And there's nothing like when you do that saying, I don't have a better investment to make. And God forbid in this regulatory state we're in, it's like fraught with, risk